Hi, Theo Anist here, sitting down at the vise. I'm going to show you how to tie my gray reef Annelid pattern. This is one that I use frequently. Anytime I have an Annelid on my line, this is the one I use. The hook I use is a Mustad 37160, usually size 6 through 10 on the small end. I found this fly to work equally as well on other tailwaters, especially in Colorado. Any of our frequently fished tailwaters that have a lot of red stuff floating through the river. So I'm going to use a 210 fluorescent pink thread, and I'm just going to make sure that when I'm coming back that I'm covering the entire hook. So I just want to make sure we're getting good coverage. And I'm going to come back around the bend a little ways. Cut that off. Now I'm going to take a standard size red microtubing. And I'm just going to place it right over here. Now I'm going to use my thread to create the segmentation on this fly. And we just want to try to get fairly even spacing. And then right here in the center is where I'm going to put my heart down. Now here's one addition I've added to this fly this spring that I swear by, especially on the North Platte. Anytime you can incorporate a little bit of UV into your fly makes all the difference in the world. So this is a pink UV crystal flash, and I'm just going to tie a strand in right here. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a heart down. A lot of times worms, annelids, they'll have a little band in them, as we all know. So I'm going to put that heart down. Doesn't need to be super big. Just want to make sure we get it in there. And then I'm going to coat, or rather cover, that heart with that UV crystal flash that I tied in. And you'll especially see this really shine in the light. More so daylight, it's just really glistens with, that's why they call it UV. So I'm going to cut that off, and then I'm going to back into my segmentation once more. Cut that extra piece off. And now I'm going to whip finish. Now in most places you could call it done here. The one lesson I've learned on the North Platte, if you want your flies to last, you can't have exposed thread. So this fly obviously has exposed thread. We use heavy tippet up here. We use 3X, 2X. So your fly is generally staying on the line a lot of throughout most of the day. So that means a lot of fish, a lot of teeth kind of tearing this up. So what I do is I take this UV clear fly finish, and it has, here I'll show you right here, it has a little applicator brush with it, which makes it easy to get a smooth application. You can use UV knot sense if you're planning on using that fly within that week. Any longer than that, and those flies you stockpiled are going to change colors and turn kind of a yellowish color, whereas this clear fly finish stays pretty clear. So just going to make sure I cover all my thread. And what I also like is that it kind of dulls out that pink under thread just a little bit, and it gives it this color that you really can't buy unless you cover it with this. And if you're tying somewhere where you have direct sunlight, you could just take them all outside at once. Just let the light harden it. But if you don't have that, just take a UV light and it'll harden it right away. And that right there is my gray reef worm.